when you move into the mansion, you're in awe, first of all, you know, and you think, what am I going to do with this 27-room house and 3 girls and a husband to make a home for? And so I started out trying to figure out how we would do. And then Warren, of course, had his friends that he wanted to come over and entertain at the mansion. And we used it as a house. It was our home. Our girls played on the 3rd floor. We had a bowling alley up there and a trampoline and things that would interest them, and they played music. And music had come to the mansion when we came, and the Beatles came with us, you know. And I'll never forget Warren sending word upstairs, please turn the music down. I'm having a meeting down here. I did tours. There was one funny tour. Well, there were a lot of funny tours, but this tour was funny because I had Julie's class, her 1st grade class, and I had sent word for them to come to the mansion to see it, and I had a frantic call, come quickly to West School. I said, what's the matter, Julie? She said, you didn't sign my permission to go to the mansion. I said, Julie, I think they'll let you come anyway. Well, anyway, I signed the permission. Needless to say, I didn't argue with her. They came to the mansion, and I thought she would show all the kids, you know, this is my bedroom. Not a word did she say. And when she left, I said, it's nice to see you, Julie. She said, thank you very much. I thought it was a funny story. My friends who came over lots of times to help me, I didn't have docents in those days. I had my friends from the music club. I trained the men who came from they came from the prison to work inside the house. And I only saw them about 30 minutes before we had a big dinner. So we had to really be very concise in how we told them to remove the plates and serve and all that kind of thing. And I came up behind one of the men one time, and he was telling them how to set the table. And of course the dishes have the seal on. And he said, now here's the way you do it. You get them bears where they're looking straight at you, and then it'll be right. We did work all the time for that 8 years until November of the 8th year. We didn't have a carpenter in the house. So, and we took all the paint off. And Warren had said, I wasn't really thinking about it. And he said, we're not going to paint this thing white. I said, what do you mean we're not going to paint white? He said, because it's not supposed to be white. So we started with that. We took the paint off on the inside. We took the paint off the woodwork, and then found the shutters. And of course, I screamed and called for everybody in the world to come and see the shutters because I was so excited. And Julie said, Mother, did we find gold? And I said, just about, Julie. We couldn't buy those. In '57, Warren was the floor leader. And he had been in the General Assembly since 1951. And actually, he had been elected floor leader because they asked him to run by acclamation, which is pretty good. Nobody ever had done that. So, you know, he worked on both sides of the aisle, and he knew both sides. And Governor Blair had said, I'm not moving this rat-infested house. It's cold. So we were talking at the Capitol about it. And they said, well, Blair says it can't be fixed, and we're going to tear it down. Well, sometimes that's men's way, you know. And I said, that's not going to happen. We're going to restore that house. I said, that's got too much history in it. About the time Warren, he hadn't said much, he said, why are you worried about this? I'm the floor leader. That'll never come to the floor. I'll see to it. Because he liked the house too. One daughter married in the gold room. We call that. That was sort of a favorite room. That's the double parlor downstairs. Of course, Lynn came down the grand stairway, and with her dad, and that was a thrill. And then she was married there in the gold room. And when you think of the grand stairway, I think about Julie, and I said, you must never slide down that until you turn the corner, because you'll get killed. And so I'm up there the last time we were there, and she was there. I said, and I always had a rule that Julie always had to turn the corner. And she said, and Mother, I never did do it. If you weren't there, I started at the top and slid all the way down. When I went in it, I knew that I'm just temporary, and we're going to move out. There was some sadness that day because we were changing homes and things like that. But I never looked back, nor did Warren, nor did the kids, and say, I wish we were back in the mansion. That because you don't do that. You're a caretaker for our house, for the state. And you have to look at it that way. And that's the way we did.